that cookie down! Now!
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How are we doing? Stigma, hello. How are you? Oh, man. All right, everybody. We are here in my favorite land, the land of UV mapping, and that's what we're going to be working on today. So if you guys are curious on how I'm going to do this monstrosity of a build, we're going to do it live. I'm doing all right. How are you? I'm doing good, except I'm, like, roasting alive because we're suddenly not allowed to have winter anymore. Like, it's just hot here, and I don't know why. Terrible. It's awful. Let me go ahead and get the stream going here on Instagram and TikTok. Gotta get the TikTok and the Instagram live. Go live. Shoot, hold on. Come on. Go. There we go. Alright, Instagram's going live. Let's see, UV unwrapping the tank live. Hey, that's fun. All right, art and go live. All right, cool. TikTok should be up. Instagram should be up. All of the chats are up. Everybody's here. Hello. Good morning. Priyan, good morning. Kiznix, good morning. How are you? I'm Hoozy. Hey, brother, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. We'll see how long that lasts while I'm UV unwrapping. But I'm doing good. Same. It went from 7 degrees in snow to 70 in sunburns. Yeah, it's miserable. It's like, I don't know, what is it right now? 67. And it's nighttime. Like, what is that? Can you show your model? Yeah, I'll show it in just a minute. I'm stacking these real quick. Give me a second here. Everybody who's just now joining, this is what we're doing. We are UV mapping. I'm stacking some shells real quick. Basically, I'm deciding what pieces that I don't want to deal with and texturing every single item and every single piece. And these chain links are a prime example of a piece that I just want to have sitting on top of each other, so I just have to texture it once. What are you doing today? Today we're UVing. Got my tank fully finished from your inspiration? Nice, I'd love to see it. Send it to me if you'd like. Hello from the Bahamas. It's 9 p.m. currently. Okay, yeah, it's 7 p.m. for me, so you're not too far behind. Or too far ahead, I guess. Sir, which one's better, UV using Rizom or just UV from Maya? Both work great. I just like Rizom. It's faster for me. Lets me do things quicker. Let me see your model. Give me a second. I gotta stack these. Just because I have them selected. Should I send it on Instagram? Yeah, for sure. Am I lagging? What's going on here? Hold on a second. What's going on here? Are you guys seeing me smooth, or am I lagging like crazy? It looks like it's coming through smooth, so it's just OBS having a panic attack. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine then. We don't care about that. All right, so I need these to stack. Come on. This is always a pain because you got to find which ones are not stacking properly. And a bunch of these should disappear in a second here. Hello, what's up, Alex James? How are you doing? All right, your CPU, full name, Ryzen 3900X. 3900X? Yeah. Why don't you open your UVs in my app? Because this is faster. Let's see. So we're going to take that. We're going to stack similar. Are you looking for other 3D artists to help out? No, not currently. I'll be doing some collabs later this year, but not really helping with like this model because this is a portfolio piece for me. It looks so difficult. No, it's actually really easy once you figure out like what each button does. It's actually quite simple. What's up? Can't hear you because I'm out, but have a nice stream. Oh, okay, Michael Stryker. Have a good one. Let me see. Let's see. George, thank you for the like on TikTok. All right, I think we're here. All right, so did we just crash again? No, okay, it was saving. All right, so I'm gonna just stack the rest of these. Thank you for the likes on TikTok, guys. Appreciate that. Which software do you use for 3D? Oh, I see what you're saying. If you guys are noticing the stream is lagging a little bit, please let me know. I don't know why OBS is acting the way it is. It seems like it's working okay, though. OBS is just freaking out. I wonder if TikTok reset to, like, 1080. What is TikTok running at? Hold on a second. Let me verify this real quick. What setting are we running at here? Encoder 3030, FPS 30. That'd be great. Just tell me like what the resolution is, please. Really? I think it's at 720. So I guess we'll just see how this goes. It doesn't help me anywhere. Let me see. Settings. Yeah, 720. Okay, so I don't know why it's running that way. Can you turn the music down a little bit? Is it too loud? Yeah, hold on a second. That might be... Oh, you know what? Is that TikTok doing that? I think it is. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta adjust that a little bit. So we'll turn that down to 15%. Let me know if that's good, George. TikTok is controlled separately, so I have to adjust it kind of separately. Hi, sir. What's your daily routine? I'm really bad and I don't have one. But generally, I get up, I go to work. I try to go to the gym after work, and then I do this stuff. Which is best, Maya or Blender? Whichever works for you. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I use Maya just because it's what I'm used to and it's what I like using. But either work great. Again, you just have to kind of decide, like, what is your goal with the software? Like, do you want to work in the industry? Do you want to just do 3D for fun? Like, that's where you will really end up choosing, like, which software you're going to use. Okay, so we got almost all of these. Let's see. I just need to move these over. For some reason, they're just not. They're too far to actually, like, link up with this. So let's figure out where these guys go. Okay. So I realize that UV unwrapping is probably not the most fun thing in the world to watch. So if you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. Let's see. That's a single island, so let's topo copy that. That should kind of collapse everything else. It sucks because I had this all done and then Rizom crashed. Which Rizom doesn't usually crash, so I was kind of surprised. It's usually pretty solid at not doing that. Alright, so that's that. And the rest of this, are these individuals or are these already stacked? So that one's stacked. That's a stacked. That's also a stacked. What are you? And that's stacked. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move these down here. I'm going to go ahead and just stop that. I'm going to flip these. And then we're going to move these into place. And then I'm going to get them kind of migrated where they need to be. What's up, STI? How you doing, man? All right. Let's see. How you doing, dude? Oh, that's kind of funky. Something in there is not right. Interesting. I'm going to save this real quick, but I'm going to try to unfold that save. Alright, let's find out how that's going to work if I just grab this whole section and unfold it. Beautiful. Just a little bit rough. So we'll do a restack on that. Nice thing about Rizom is it's very good at identifying similar islands and just stacking everything really easily for you. So it helps a lot. Doing homework. How are you, my dude? I'm doing good. I am surviving day by day, but I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. How's class and stuff going for you, man? Is that doing anything? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Been using Blender for almost a year now, and I already made almost $1,000 by making mods for GTA V. Oh, nice. Very cool. So yeah, definitely use whatever works for you. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you don't have to use Maya. I use Maya because it works for me. For sure need to actually like spend some time trying to make some money with it, but that's not really my goal right now. So alright, so we're gonna put these down here. We're gonna grab these track pieces up here, and this is about where it crashed last time, so I'm gonna be a little bit more careful. Alright, so now that that's there, we're gonna save this one more time just because I'm a little cautious of the way this has been acting recently. But, alright, let's go ahead and get this going. So, what I'm going to do, and this is kind of my new workflow with Rizom, is I've been tagging things. So I tag these as completed. And then I can go to my tags. I can unhide everything. So there's the full tank in all of its glory. I can select all of my tagged items that are completed, basically, and I can isolate them. And so from here, why on earth are they not there? Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Those are, okay. Those are tagged, yeah. Okay, so isolate. Select. Okay, there we go. Isolate. Okay, there we go. It just messed up. So the reason I can do this is now I can start laying my UVs out in the way I want to. So I'm going to turn that off. So we're going to take these and just move them up here. Just started the semester, so far so good for now. Damn. Well, good luck with school, man. That's always... I always hated school. Like, I'm glad I don't have to do school anymore. But it seems like it's been pretty cool for you, so I'm glad that it's working out for you. Alright, so we're going to take these. We're going to group these. Group. I'm going to change that name. So rename. This is going to be track links. Hit OK. Cool. And then now I can just kind of re-isolate that. So show. All right. So that's kind of how I've been working through all this. What is that link for? EliteEdgeAgencies.com. I don't know what that's for. Nobody click on that link. I don't know where that goes. On Instagram, anyway. So I'm just going to keep working on this thing and working through it. So what I'm looking at here is trying to do some of these like individualized pieces. So you can see how Rizom kind of just loads the model in like a default flat state. So we're going to go ahead and start just breaking this thing apart, really. and starting with these bolts, because these are the next kind of easy thing. So I'm going to select all similar, and we're just going to keep working through it. All right, cool. This is where Rizom really comes in handy, because it's just like super powerful. It pulls everything. That's also one of the fun secrets about this model, is that so much of it is duplicated that UVing it really isn't that bad. So I will just UV one of these. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stack this. Oops, no. Let's see. I think that will be okay if I leave that way. So I can cut that now. Are you using UDIMs? Yes, this project will be utilizing UDIMs. I don't know how many yet. I'm trying to be conservative with it, but I just don't know how many it's going to end up taking. I want the closest like possible like detail that I can get, so it might be using a lot of them. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Storm Watchy. Appreciate that. All right, so we've got that unwrapped. For whatever reason, it stuck it way the hell out here. That's kind of weird. That's not even all of it. Where's the rest of it? Okay. That's bizarre. I've never had it do that before. Lay it out. Ooh, what just happened? I think we just crashed. No? Okay. Wow, what's going on with this? Okay. Huh, I've never had to do that before. That's bizarre. Well, that's part of it. Okay. Let's make sure we have all the pieces. We don't. Okay, it looks like everything's there, so let's just move this over. That's bizarre. I've actually never had to do that. Okay. Well, now we should have hopefully everything. Yeah, it looks like we do. Okay, everything's in the right place. Hi, sir. Do you mind if I... do you mind... Call you, please. Answer my question. I don't really do calls. I don't know how you'd call me. But if you have, like, questions, send me a message on Instagram. Got Sliver or something. Which software do you use now? So this is called Rizom UV. Sorry, I have, like, something sticking on my finger. So this is just, like, a UV dedicated application. Onto the fun stuff. Yes, Temuzu. I am onto the fun shit. I'm not a huge fan of UV mapping as it is. I could imagine myself being able to UV map a complex model like yours. It's a pain. It's for sure a pain. But we're going to get through it. And we're going to do it the right way. Okay. So, but again, you know, I've got all these bolts, and instead of doing it one by one, I can simply save this because I don't trust Rizom today. And once it saves, I'm just going to apply that same unwrap to everything. Alright, so update similar. Now we wait. This is why I use this. Because this is going to go through and automatically UV every single one of those things, all because I did one of them. That's why, like, I do say, like, Maya still works great for doing the UV unwrapping, but I like Rizom because instead of having to go through in Maya and unwrap and duplicate that data over to every single different piece, one by one, even though you can duplicate that data, you still have to do it in a really weird kind of like manual way. And so this way, I can just do this all at once, and I don't really have to worry about it. So we're going to slot that right in there. Actually, we'll just go up here because there's not anything up here. I'm going to scale it a little bit. And we're going to lay it out. So again, with these treads, I'm stacking these UV tiles so I don't have to like keep them all laid all over the place. Because it doesn't make sense to have a UV, or it doesn't make sense to have a UDIM tile for every single like section of the track or every section of the tank. So what we're going to do is just kind of get a lot of this stuff just stacked on top of itself. Because, like, you can imagine looking at this and being like, oh my god, how do I paint this? Let's see. We're gonna stack. I think he meant, what's the answer to a question he asked in chat in here earlier? I mean, my previous question. Let me see real quick what you asked. Hold on. Where was it? What's your daily routine? Oh, no, I did answer. You must have missed it. That's okay. So I don't really have much of a daily routine right now. Like, I wake up, I go to work, and then after work, I tend to try to go to the gym. Sometimes I go ice skating with my wife. But otherwise, after that, I just work on stuff. I'm trying to kind of build a daily routine again, just because, like, I do miss having one, but I don't really have one altogether. Are you going to texture as well? If yes, you plan on streaming while doing it? Yes. Yeah, so as long as I can get this UV, I could probably get this UV'd by the end of the week if I really work at it. So the plan is hopefully to start texturing on Friday. I don't like doing too many UV streams just because they are kind of boring. So that's the plan. And then I get to figure out how on earth I'm going to get this into Substance Painter without destroying my computer. So, that'll be fun. All right, caffeine. Out of caffeine. Which is good because it's almost like 7:30. All right. So the reason why a lot of this is just me like hitting a button and waiting is because it's got to do all the stacking. But once I get through all this stuff, then I get to work on the more complicated chunks. So it'll eventually get more nutso. I mean, my RTX 3050 question? I didn't see that question. Let me see. When did you send that? Looks so difficult. Yeah, JDeep, I don't see it. Can you send it again? Yeah, I don't see it in the chat. Okay, so again, that just kind of worked. I'm gonna select that, stack all these. Just try to get through this as quickly as I can. Because this is like the least fun part, obviously. I mean, UVing in general is not fun, but we try. All right, cool. So you can see how this just kind of starts to whittle this down. Okay, I used 2x4 UDIM space for a prior project and Substance Painter hated me. I could barely work. Yeah, so I found that my limit is 18 tiles before Substance really starts to kind of like die on me. So if this project goes past 18, I'm going to have to split it. Thankfully, I think I can save a lot of resources by splitting the treads off. And I think that might be my plan from the get-go anyways, just to split the treads off entirely, just to save myself the resources. I'm hoping that'll work. But I also have no idea if that's actually going to function or work or not. I've never split a model up for work in Substance Painter, just because I don't generally like to. But my lack of VRAM is going to force me to. Did that not do what it was supposed to? It didn't. Stack. Okay. That's not stacking. Texturing my treads is murdering my viewport. Trying to figure out how to try and give myself some more breathing room. That's why I'm stacking my tiles. The only thing that I'm not going to stack are the actual treads themselves, because I do want the variation there. But like these bolts, they can be stacked. Because that's my worry, right? Is because I know for a fact, because I did it already, that if I smooth this entire model, it comes out to like 23 million polygons. So I have to pick and choose what I'm doing. Unfortunately. My tank was 250k polys, which was crazy as however many millions yours is. Yeah. Mine sits at like 1.5 on the base, but that's because it's all sub D. So I can technically increase that however much I want to. I'm going to try to keep it low and smooth what I need, because there's certain tank panels that mesh together really well smoothed that I need to have smoothed. But far away, you're not going to be able to tell that the tank treads aren't smoothed. So I just realized you're using another computer via the desktop connection triangle. Yes. So I run a dual streaming setup. You can't really see it, but my main PC is down here. And then I have a PC in the back of my office that's in a server rack that actually runs my entire stream and my home network. So I remote into that PC. I switch all of my like audio equipment and everything over with just a little button I've got, and that switches over to that machine, and then I can stream to that. Okay. So I think we're getting to a better state here. I just don't know what else is left here. So we're gonna just kind of cluster everything over here. Okay. These look oddly similar, but I don't know. Okay, I think that's all that. So we're going to take one of these guys. Oh, come on, please. Oh, it's auto-saving. Yeah, I smoothed mine once. Yeah. Yeah, I smoothed it with one subdivision, and it came out to 23 million polygons. And so I quickly realized that was not going to work. How do you find references for complex modeling? So a lot of the time what I'll do, here, I'll show you real quick, pure ref. If it wants to open. This uses like all of my CPU to do this, so sometimes it doesn't work. Thank you for all the likes and stuff. Oh, you sent a heart. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate that. So basically what I do, if PureRef actually wants to open, yeah, here we go. So I can show you kind of an example of like what I did. So for the tank, all I did was find a bunch of references of tanks and stuff like that, and I just pulled pieces. Like I know my overarching design is going to be something like this. Not the tank-wise, but like the environment and everything like that. But yeah, so I pulled a lot of just information from this stuff. So whenever I'm looking for stuff like this, I just try to find high-resolution photos, because generally with like high-res photos, you can zoom in pretty close to them and get like the detail that you're looking for. But you know, Google, ArtStation, there's reference all over the place. My treads are still live array because I'll probably need to adjust them to actually mesh with their drive gears. Might just disable them until everything else is done. You can't texture one of them and like mirror the texture across all of them. It's probably a whole different like workflow than I'm used to, so I have no idea. All right, so let's look at this. So we know that all of these are done. I didn't load my tile material in here. Hold on a second, let me load that real quick. Let's see. I think that's the right one, right? I was gonna say, don't you dare crash on me. Okay, so I know I need to know which direction this is running. I want this kind of facing this way, so we're gonna just try to pack this manually a little bit. I'm trying to do as much manual packing as I can on this one because I want to have like some real cohesive UVs on this project. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, no problem. What's the name of that program that lets you attach photos like that again? Oh, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, it's called PureRef. You can either pay for it or you can technically get it for free too. I bought it a long time ago, but it's a really good. They offer it for free. You just kind of like name your price sort of thing. But super good, and then you can zoom in and you can do all sorts of stuff. You can do annotations if you need to. All sorts of cool stuff you can do with it. Okay, cool. So that gives me that. I still feel like... Oh, I see. Okay, so that is fine. All right. So we're gonna just manually stack a little bit of this here. I'm trying to get this stuff as close together as possible. A lot of people will tell you that you need to like straighten things like this out. I don't generally care. If you want to, you totally can. I don't do it unless I have to. But usually the seam that it creates is not worth like the time to try to correct it, so I don't stress about it. All right, so this can hopefully fit right here. It totally can. Could take this guy and plop it in here. So this bolt will be its own little cluster, which is going to be perfect. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of plop this up here. Okay, cool. So, same thing here. Going to mark it as completed. We're going to group it. I'm going to change that group name. Rename track pins. Okay. All right, so same thing. We're going to go show. We're going to select all of our completed stuff. Select and isolate. So you can see we're just kind of like slowly rebuilding everything. And then, oh, nope, let's not do that. Come on. I need you to, oh, that's a bummer. Okay. Okay. So I don't need these to be super high resolution, but I do want them to be high res enough that I can zoom in and get enough detail out of them if I want to. So the goal for the stream tonight is to get the tracks done. If I can get the tracks done, I can probably get the rest of the tank finished this week. That's probably a good size for that one. So I'm going to keep these kind of separated right now. We'll see how that goes. Hello, V-Studio. How are you? You're welcome, Stormwatchy. Super great tool. Can I change the colors on these groups? Let me save this real quick, because last time I clicked on one of these, I crashed Rizom. And I don't want to do that again. Do you have a particular formula, etc. you use for working out what texel density you need to aim for? No. So it's funny because like I've been on the search for that forever, like what I need, and it turns out there's like really no one answer for it. So generally I try to just get as much UV tile to display in there as possible. So like looking at these links, right, I want to make sure that I can actually see multiple tiles on each piece, and then I'll check what that texel density is and compare it against like a piece next to it that it attaches to. So for these ones, for instance, like I can click on this one and I know that texel density right there is 154. And then if I click on here, I know this guy's 106. So it's actually pretty close. So I can actually just take this and scale it a little bit and get it closer to where I want it to be. That's a little bit too much. So usually it's just kind of like messing around and trying to figure out where I want to be. Unfortunately, I wish I had like a more like technical, creative answer to that, but generally it's more just kind of experimenting and figuring it out. But I also usually know, like, if I look at it this way, if this is coming across pixelated like this, I'm going to end up scaling it. So like with all of this stuff, I know I can take this and I can just scale it up a bit and just kind of quadruple my resolution. You can see how that gets much less pixelated there. So that's just kind of what I'll do. I'm sure there's like some sort of formula you can follow to use that stuff, but I have no idea what it is. Watch Hobbs, what's up? Hey, how are you? I don't understand why YouTube and Twitch keep changing the icons on this thing. Let me see here. 1 second here. Give me, does this go up here? All right, cool. There we go. Minimize that. I had to open up my viewer. What's up, Sanjay? How are you? That's fair. Definitely something I'm looking for as I kind of do the same thing, just trying a bit by eye. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. I've never really found an easier way to do it, honestly. It just kind of depends. Okay, so these are done. You like how like I stacked all of these? I'd spent like an hour stacking all of these one by one. Because there's no easy way to get those to stack together like a hexagonal pattern that I could find, so I basically hand stacked all of this and I'm not touching it. This is where this lives, it gets its own UDIM tile, I'm done. Good morning, chat reopener. How are you? Okay. Guys on TikTok, thank you so much for all the likes and the gifts. I appreciate that. That's very new to me. I don't know how that works. But I appreciate it regardless. Okay, so let's work on the pads now. So we're going to show... Honestly, let's do this. I can keep my workspace cleaner by doing this. I'm going to hide all the stuff that's done. What are you and why are you there? What does that belong to? Oh, God. Really? Just one of the bolts? Okay. Oh, a lot of the bolts. Okay. All of them. What the hell? Why did that happen? Okay. Rizom's been a little funky with this project, but regardless. I'm going to select... I need that to be completed, though. Tag, completed, hide. I'm going to select the rest of this tank. I'm going to move it into negative space because I don't want it in my UV tiles. So now I can show everything and figure out why this got ignored. I don't know. I wish I had a good answer for that, but I don't know. What's the textile density on that? 184? That should be okay. Screw it. Just do that. Add to that group. I think that's what that just did, right? Yeah, it did. Cool. All right, cool. I want to know that, do you use 3ds Max? I don't. I use Maya. So I used to use 3ds Max way back in the day, but I don't use it anymore. UV's been a while since I've done that. I do it on every one of my projects, and I hate it every single time. But Rizom makes it a little bit better. So, alright. So I'm going to take this guy. We're going to move this chunky thing up here. We're going to select everything that uses that same geometry. Yeah, if I really sit down and like spend time on this, which I haven't done for the UVs, I'll get it done pretty quickly, I think. Hopefully. Oh, that sucks. That's not what I was hoping for. Crap. Okay, so let's look at that then. Let's look at these settings here. I'm going to try to pull the similarity down and see if I can grab everything else. Do you work from concept art or references? A little bit of both. It just depends on the project. So like for this one, I'm just working off of references and just kind of making my own thing. For the other project I have going on outside of this, I'm working off of an actual reference from an artist in the UK. So usually it just depends. Okay, I didn't realize that was going to take that long. Damn. Can I copy that? Or can I cancel that? I don't think I can cancel that either. Stop. Stop. Oh, thank God you can. Okay. So, file, save, just because I don't trust that that's going to not crash this. Are you able to talk about other projects? Yeah, no, absolutely. Like my other personal project is, if you guys want to see the concept art for it, I'll show you guys while this is running. Select similar. So the other project that I'm working on is sculpting this guy. So this is my other project that you guys haven't really seen yet because it's kind of a learning project and it's not something I'm ready to share yet. But this is what I'm working on in ZBrush. So just something that's coming eventually. I'm not putting a ton of like weight or pressure on it right now, but this is called the Citipati. It is a ancient bird-like dinosaur, kind of like an ostrich. But this artist, Dragon of Wales, had a really cool rendition of him. And I don't know, I really liked it. I liked the mix of color in the skin and the feathering and all that stuff. So this is kind of what I wanted to do. And yeah, I don't know, it's a cool project. So that's kind of what I'm working on outside of the tank, which I haven't touched it in probably a month, if we're being totally honest. We'll be doing a car soon. I would love to follow on that series. So I'm not going to be doing a car anytime soon, but I am going to be doing a motorcycle. That's going to be exclusive to Patreon. So if you guys want to see that on like my channels and stuff, the entire tutorial series is going to be a kind of like a full-on class on Patreon. So if you guys are interested in that, that's coming. And it'll be available to all tiers on my Patreon except for the free one. We're still topo copying. Damn. I may just have to kind of deal with this. Okay, so let's stop that then. Look at that beast. It's a beast. So let's just... Alright, well, I've got what I needed selected, I guess. It selected everything but the interior track, so I guess I can just remember how I did it. So that's fine. This isn't super bad. So let's look at doing this one. What's up, Z? How you doing? I mean the tank. No, you meant me. I'm the beast. All right. So just looking at how I want this to split. Because this one's gonna be a little bit weird. Okay. Let's see. And again, guys, if you have questions about Rizom or anything like that, please feel free to ask. I have no problem answering them. Hey, thank you so much for the heart, Sirion. Appreciate that. Oops, 2 chats. I am well, thank you. How about you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. I am finally getting this thing ready to hopefully be textured soon. Okay, so we'll close that out. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So again, these are going to be the things that I don't stack. So we have a whole nother like kind of thing to figure out here. So that should unwrap that way. That's fine. If you didn't know, I hate UV unwrapping. Is Rizom expensive? No, it's actually really cheap. I pay $15 a month for it, and after a year, you keep it for free. Well, you know, you paid for it, but like, it's a perpetual license. Okay. And if you guys are interested in learning Rizom and getting started with Rizom, I do have a video on my YouTube channel to kind of help you like get used to it. So if that's something you're interested in, go for it. I gotta run tomorrow. I'm prepping for you. Oh, so you on the background. Oh, okay, gotcha, man. Thanks for the alert. Appreciate you. Yeah, as far as like 3D software goes, Rizom's actually really affordable. It's also why I chose to use it, because like, I don't know, there's sometimes having something purpose-built is very effective. And Rizom is one of those things that I will die on the hill that it's much like more effective than using like say Maya or Blender to unwrap UVs. Okay, so this is, I think that's the piece we're working on. Which piece am I working on? I don't even know anymore. Okay, so it's this one. I'm actually gonna select this and isolate it further. Which one am I working on? Okay, here we go. All right, so this guy needs to come off. So we're going to cut this. It took me about, I don't know, maybe a month to get used to Rizom. And then after that, it was just like, it's just super intuitive. I actually have a hard time using the Maya one now, just because it's so much more like quick. I feel like the Maya one I get really slow in now. I'm dreading the Maya price once I'm out of education. So make sure you look at the indie license, because I know it's still expensive. Like, I'm not going to discredit that it's still expensive, but it's definitely much cheaper. Is that? Oh no. Oh, that's just okay. That's just because it's not smoothed. That's weird. Just a little graphical glitch. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to cut this bottom off. It's trying its hardest. Wow, why is that taking so long? Never usually takes that long for cutting. That's weird. Well, I hope that's not a problem. Until a few days ago, I would do 3D modeling for comfort, but recently I've started avoiding it like I'm scared of it. I don't know what's wrong. Please help. I don't even want to open Maya. So, where's your stress coming from? Like, what about it is stressing you out? You got to look at it and decide, like, why are you feeling that way? Are you working on a project that's, like, causing you that stress? Are you not enjoying the project you're working on? Because, like, if that's the case, you know, choose a different project. Do something that you're actually really excited to work on. And that'll help you a little bit with that. Okay, I'm going to stop that because I don't know what it's doing. It doesn't want to stop. That's not good. Cancel current task computation. Some long tasks like packing can be stopped without losing final iterations. Will you stop, please? I've changed 3 projects in the last 15 days, so it sounds like you're overwhelmed then. You have too much going on. So which one of those could you sit down and actually focus on and spend some time working on it and looking at it? Or are all 3 of them stressing you out? Because the reality is like, if you're sitting down to work on art and stuff like that, like, you shouldn't be stressed about it. So you have to kind of figure out why it is you're getting stressed about it. Are you taking on too large of a project? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Which software do you use for UV editing? This is called Rizom, and it's currently giving me problems. Stop. Repeat last action. Repeat last 2 actions. So that's weird. It just locked up on that. Okay. It's going to make me kill it. Damn it. All right, well... Sometimes, man. It's okay, I saved it, so it's not a big deal. Why is that still open? Let's reopen that real quick. Let's see. I have to complete the Redemptor Dreadnought, but my teacher wouldn't even help at this point. I'm stuck for 3 to 4 days. The Redemptor? Is that from... That sounds like Warhammer. Oh yeah, that is from Warhammer. Okay, so, you know, what do you like? What are you stuck on? Like, what part of it are you actually like currently having problems with? The other option too, if you want to join our Discord and pop it in the work in progress area, and you can get some help in there. There's always somebody in there who's willing to help, even if it's me. But there's always help available in there. What am I doing? I'm opening my tank. Stealth tank. Scenes. I knew this one was going to be a pain to work with. I didn't realize it was going to be this much of a pain, though. The leg just above the ankle? Well, while that loads, let's look at this. Oh, you know what's not helping me? Having this open. No. Discard. We'll close that, save some. So I assume this is what you're talking about. I hope this is what you're looking at. So the leg right above the ankle. You're talking about, let's see if I can find a good picture of this. You talk about like this portion right here? For something like that, you can either start with a box. You could also work with like a cylinder. There's a couple of different ways you could look at that and look at doing that. But generally what I'll do is I'll start with like a cylinder, and then I'll add geo and just kind of cut pieces off of it until I get the shape that I want. And then, you know, continue building it like a tube, because that's essentially what that is. It's like a tube of like armor. That's kind of how I would like look at that. Yeah, it's a little tough because it's also rounded, so you'd have to kind of figure out how your geometry is going to flow across that, and then how you're going to kind of build that like that kind of curvature. But I would start with a cylinder, kind of cut out the basic shape and leave the cylinder the shape it is, and then build out your tube and everything like that. And then from there, just add your outer edge loops and then start kind of scaling and figuring out where you need them to sit. And then, yeah, like that should be kind of the best way. Sub D lattice will give you that deformation. Yes, you can use the lattice modifier if you're using Maya, and if you're using Blender, you can just use, I'm sure it's like a geo node or something. I have no idea what Blender does. Okay, so hold on a second. We're using a cracked version of Maya. If I download some plugins from Autodesk, there's any chance to crash our software? I mean, you shouldn't be using cracked software to begin with, but if you are, yeah, it's likely that that's not going to work. Let me ask you this, chat opener. Are you using Maya or using Blender? What are you using right now? I tried 3 things with the cylinder, with a box, with a plane. Problem is the thickness and the edges. Okay. Lattice and Blender too. Rely on it quite a lot for smooth forms. Okay, cool. So it's the same thing. Yep, Maya. Okay. Yeah, so what you do, I don't have Maya open right now, but you'd want to use what we've been talking about, which is the lattice deformer. So if you look in your nonlinear deformers in Maya, there's one called lattice, and it's going to give you the ability to kind of shape your object. As long as you've got the geometry for it, you need to make sure you have the geometry for it. You can use the lattice to kind of control the shape of it without damaging your edge flow. That's kind of a beginner issue where like people will try to adjust all of their edges one by one, and you end up getting really bumpy meshes. So if you use that lattice deformer, you get kind of a smooth transition. It's almost like soft select in a way. That'll kind of help you get that shape and build that out. It's kind of tough without seeing like what you're doing, but if you want to join the Discord, drop your project in the work in progress area, and let's take a look at it. Let's see if we can get you some help. Sorry, my eye's itching. Just joined the Discord and sent the tank in the 3D showcase. Hell yeah, let's see. I won't pull it up on stream, but I want to see it. Oh, nice. Very cool. Nice, your wireframe looks really good. That's cool. I like that. It's kind of like a mix of old and new almost. It's neat. Sweet. That looks awesome. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. I'm sure I'll join the Discord. Okay, cool. So too thankful of you. Nope, hey, thank you. I'm glad that I'm helping people. Thank you, brother. Of course. Hey, Kelsey, what's up? How are you? Okay. Now we're back to what we were doing, which was this horrible tank tread. So, let's figure out what's going on here. I probably should have rebooted my computer before I did this, but I'm going to try where it failed last time, because I'm concerned that this object might have a problem. And if it does have a problem, then I have a really big problem. So please, for the love of God, cut. Oh, perfect. Okay, we're good. Good. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm alive. I'm tired. I didn't sleep at all last night, but I'm alive. I am actively trying to fix my sleep schedule. And then last night we were hanging out, and then my wife was trying to fix her Kobo, and it ended up like deleting all of her books and stuff. And so I stayed up super late helping her, or well, not really helping her. I was just kind of sitting there watching as she tried to figure it out, because she knows more about that thing than I do. But yeah, I ended up staying up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm dumb. Kobo, it's like a Kindle but better. Thanks. I was loosely following a concept I found on ArtStation. Nice, that's cool. Very cool. Also, how do you get the proportions correct? I mean, the dreadnought is 3 feet high without a head, so how do I make it look accurate? So one of the easiest ways you can do that is find an accurately scaled mesh. So if you just download like a regular person mesh, and then you can use the measurement tools in Maya to make sure that it's like, you know, if you wanted like a 6-foot person, you can scale it up and then measure it and make sure that that is the 6-foot person, like that's the shape of it and everything. And then you can kind of just leave that off to the side and work and model and get your proportions kind of set up the way you want to. Oh, okay, I lack substance and I don't read. How well, you're a good husband helping her / keeping her company. Yeah, I don't read either. I get yelled at all the time because I don't read. I should read more. And it's funny because like I have all these books behind me that I've read most of them, but you know, it's just I don't know. I'm not a big reader. Not a huge reader. After this, please make a high poly hard surface car model. So after this, I'll be making a motorcycle that's going to be exclusive to the Patreon as a tutorial series. So if you guys would like to support me and get the free tutorial series, just join the Patreon. You have to join one of the paid tiers to get the actual tutorial series when it releases, but it supports the channel, supports what I do, and you're gonna get a really like super dense tutorial out of it. Like we're going to build a motorcycle piece by piece, and it's gonna be really nice. So that's coming. I just haven't started on it, but once I free up some time, I have to work on that. So I won't be doing a car. Like a dummy model next to it? Exactly. I'm like, well, I'd rather play some Xbox in my free time without the kids or do my nails or clean something. Yeah, my wife's a reader, so she likes reading. But, you know, it works out for me, too, because, like, she reads on the couch and then I get to watch whatever movies I want to. So, it works out. Which, did everyone see the weird trailer for Jurassic World, whatever it is? I have concerns. I have major concerns for that movie. And it's not because of, like, their casting choices or anything. It's because of the weird creature that they showed that I'm like, what is this thing? It's like King Kong fused with a T-Rex. I don't understand it. See, it works out then. Absolutely. It absolutely does. Yeah, me not being a reader is perfect for her being a reader, because then I get to watch movies. Because she doesn't like really watching movies, so, you know, I get to do what I like, and she gets to do what she likes, and we both get to suffer through dealing with our dogs. At the same time. And then for those of you who have been asking, the birds are coming back in my office this week, so they'll be back. What's up, Tobiah? How are you? I gotta run, just popped in to say hello. I'll catch you on the next one. All right, Kelsey, have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Okay, so I am new to UV, so what is something I shouldn't attempt as a beginner? There really isn't anything you shouldn't attempt. But as a beginner, I would stick to a little bit more simple objects. That way you're not stressing yourself out, because UVs can be a very stressful, annoying, and painful process. So take it slow. If you get stuck and you have questions, you can check out some of the YouTube tutorials I have on UV mapping. They are there to help people kind of understand the intricacies of it. But otherwise, you know, just I would say try to have fun with it, but there's like really no having fun with UV mapping in my opinion. But just start off simple. Don't go too crazy. That's a good idea, I should say. Let me do that real quick. Thanks, Stormwatchy. Let me cut this. I stress now when it gets stuck at 50% like that. Let's see. All good, thanks. How's it going? It's going good. I always struggle with deciding on what edge to mark. So I usually look for sharp corners. And then I try to plan from there, because, like, we can... What happened here? Hold on a second. Let me cut this back. How did that get cut? I don't understand that. I must have done that by accident. Let me sew that back together. Yeah, I usually just go for sharp corners, and then when it comes to, like, cylindrical objects like this, I just find one to cut it and then leave it. Generally, it works out. Seams are not as hard to deal with anymore as they used to be, so Substance Banner actually does a really good job at hiding seams and kind of continuing the flow across certain objects. So I don't usually worry too much about them anymore. I still try to hide them when I can, but... Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. Let's see. I got a couple more questions on Instagram. Hold on, what's going on? Should we make different parts in a model or edit a single mesh for UV? What would you prefer? So you should, depending on what the model requires, you should do individual pieces. If you can contain your geo and you can create objects that flow properly and everything is like looking good, totally doable. But the last thing you want to do is have something like really hyper dense that's only one piece that you then have to figure out how to split apart into hundreds of different pieces. So a lot of the times it's much better just to have individual pieces. 3D model, having a family is great. Hell, the only relation I have in my life is with my PC and War Thunder. It's, you know, and it's tough too, because we want to spend a lot of time on this stuff, and you got to make time for your friends and family too. Have you used any other renderer aside Arnold? If so, would you rate them? Yeah, so I've played with, I'll throw Unreal Engine into that one just because I do use it. Unreal's cool, minus the fact that it doesn't handle height maps very well. So I'd kind of lower that one a little bit, just because, like, I like using height maps. I played with Marmoset. I wasn't the biggest fan. Like, Marmoset's really good, but the problem is it is a memory suck. So it just used all of my VRAM, and I wasn't able to really get what I wanted to out of it. So I think really a lot of it comes down to, like, me being limited on my GPU. So I don't play with too many GPU renderers currently. But I don't know. I just use Arnold. It just works. I've never really... the other thing that keeps me from wanting to try other ones is they're freaking expensive. I really want to play with RenderMan, and I think I might download their free version and play with it and see if I like it, and then buy it if I do like it, because it's actually semi-affordable. But yeah. Thanks. Following your toots for Rizom helped on my latest project. Nice. That's awesome. I'm glad. I use TriPlanner to hide my bad unwrapping. I also started the On Mars 3D Topology Masterclass. Pretty good so far. I need to improve my modeling. That's a good class. I've heard a lot of good things about that one. I've never taken it myself, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Alright, so we're going to unwrap this and see what we get. And lay it out. Alright, so, honestly, not bad. That's not great, but everything else is alright. There's not really any other areas I can relieve tension in. I can cut that a little bit further in. So we'll just look to reduce some of this. When unwrapping, is it always necessary to put seams on edges or folds or turns, or does Substance automatically take them into account when using dirt maps? It tries to. Sometimes it doesn't work very well. It just depends, but I just try to put them on corners because that's the easiest way to hide seams. Because when you think about it, if you look at like a sharp corner on something, usually there's some sort of natural deformation that happens on corners, whether it's like the paint smearing across them or whatever. So because of that natural deformation that you get on those corners, you're able to kind of hide things. So that's why I like to hide my seams on corners like that, because it allows you to, you know, just essentially keep hiding things. What about the realistic ones like V-Ray, Corona? Thinking about using them for a project for college. V-Ray is really cool. I played with it a long time ago. Again, it's just expensive. I don't remember how much V-Ray costs now, but it's, if I remember correctly, it was pretty expensive. Let's see. V-Ray. How much does V-Ray cost now? Yeah. See. Yeah. It's just not worth it. Like, I'd love to, but that's too much. And since I don't qualify for an educational license, oh, you can just buy them? Interesting. That's not a bad deal. If you can actually get that without having to show like a student ID. But as far as commercial, because I'm not making as much money as I'd like to be off of this, that's way out of the park. Sorry, I didn't catch that. What's the class again? It's On Mars 3D Topology Masterclass. It's a really good one for like actually learning how to like get your topology correct on models and stuff. Didn't realize it was that price. That was the price. Yeah, so renderers are always really expensive, and I don't like. I get it, but yeah, at the same time, Cats Creations. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining on TikTok. I hope your night is going well as well. I'll get it for free for 3 months, I think. Yeah, so if you get it for free, then obviously play with it, learn it, and do what you can. But yeah, I just don't tend to buy another renderer if I don't need to. Because like if I really wanted to, I think I can buy Arnold. Let's see. I think you can buy a network Arnold license, yeah, for 415 bucks. So like you get that to throw that on every single machine in your house that you want to. I think it's like up to 5 machines or something like that. I would much rather do something like this just because I already know the system and I know what they're able to use it for. So it's just, you know, you just kind of pick and choose. You've been on my mind. What's up, Mr. Blazing Man? How you doing? All right, so this I'd like to clean up here. That's not unfolding properly. And I'm wondering what's the best way to do that. Let's try this. I'm going to try to give this just more room to unfold. Let's see if this helps. Nope, that actually made it much worse. Funny how that works. So I'm wondering if I should just sew these together then. Let's see what that does. Let's see. Feet hurt. Just got out of class and into some Taco Bell. Nice. What'd you get from the old Bell? Alright, so I guess that just works better. Oh, that's broken now. So, have you used Octane Render Engine? Oh yeah, there's another one I always forget about. Octane's pretty cool. Tamuzu, who's also in the community, uses Octane, and I still need to play with it one of these days. Again, it just comes down to me being limited by my GPU RAM, so I try not to use GPU-based renderers for now. I'm working on hopefully changing that in the future, but for now it's just kind of something I don't play with too much. Octane's very cool though. I used it back in the day when it kind of first came out, and like I was using like a GTX 670 or something stupid like that. But I also didn't know what I was doing back then, so I'd like to play with it more. Octane's very cool though, yeah. See, this is just... I'm wondering... Alright. I don't really want to merge a lot of this, but it's gonna kind of force my hand. But any of these areas that are kind of collapsing need to be merged together. Huge fan of the enchilada chicken burrito and cheesy beef one. Nice. It's making me very hungry and I haven't eaten tonight. because I forgot. All right, so that's better. And then I'm just gonna kind of come in here and, oops, don't do that. Just correct this. So we're getting a lot of distortion there. So what I want to do is just kind of try to minimize this. There we go. So I can even take those and sew them together. So. Okay. So that should kind of handle that. This blue is fine. I'm not super stressed about it. I do want to get my grid loaded back in here because I don't have it right now. Texture library, UV, pastel. Does subtitles... Oh, does subtle stretching like that matter much? No. No, a lot of people will say that like you have to get it perfect, but I've never run into a situation where it had to be perfect, so I don't know. Maybe it does in a studio pipeline, but not in my opinion. It doesn't really matter. Could you please show some Arnold settings for realistic renders as an Insta-short when you have time? So I don't really... There's a lot to put in an Insta-short, but if you want to, go to my YouTube channel. Which, if you guys don't know, I have a YouTube channel. We just hit 4K, which is awesome. And then in my videos... let's see... This video, I think, goes over Arnold settings, so take a look at this one. This one goes over like my minigun project, so that's a good one to kind of look at it. And then if you want to see like workflow examples, the ship has a good workflow video. Actually, I have a lot of rendering videos on here now. Yeah, those are just some things that I would take a look at on my YouTube channel. It's hard to fit that much information into a short, so it's kind of like I have to pick and choose what I throw in them. I'm going to follow you now. Didn't know you have a YouTube. Hey, thanks. I do, yes. I'm on basically any platform you could think of, so I exist everywhere. All right, so I got to think about this. All right. So we're gonna show, and then I'm going to select this guy. We're going to save this because it's technically UV'd now, and I don't want to lose that. I'm sure you've answered this, but how many, so many times, what software are you using for UVs, and how does it boost your workflow? Because I work in the UVs in Maya. So this is called Rizom Virtual Spaces. It's a pretty affordable, like, standalone application that I use for UV mapping, and it makes the workflow a lot faster. So, and I can show you an example of why this makes it so much faster. So this is the tread that I just UV'd, right? So I can hit this button. It's going to go through and do a topo, and it's going to look at all of the different objects in my scene that match this topology. It does seem to have a problem with mirrored geometry. I don't really know why, but basically it's going to look at everything and say, okay, cool. So this is everything you have in your scene that matches this object's, base modeling. So it selects both outer treads on the tank. And then from here, I can actually just instantly transfer all of the attributes to it. So I can automatically UV every single one of these by hitting this button. And so it's going to go through and do its copy and duplicate all of it across. It looks like it's going to potentially break on that one. But their selection algorithm for going through and selecting like the edges that you're cutting, everything like that, it just works really well, and it's really fast. First video I saw of yours was the grenade texturing. Helped me learn how to apply textures into Maya. Nice, that's good. I'm glad. The grenade was a fun project. Followed your YouTube channel. Don't know how I missed that video. That minigun's going to be useful for my dreadnought. Nice. I'm glad. Well, welcome to the YouTube channel. I guess I should advertise it more. Maybe I don't advertise it enough. Good morning from Gotham. What's up, Gotham? How you doing? Oh, it's going to do the topo copy, but it's going to suffer. Do I want to do that right now, or should I stop it? Let's see, how far into stream are we? We're only an hour in. I'm going to stop that for now, because that's going to take a while. Did you see what I tagged you in today? No, I don't usually get notified when I get tagged. Let me see. Actually, surprisingly, I get tagged in a bunch of stuff, so... which one did you tag me in? Was it the animation? Oh. The animation, there's an animation I was tagged in today, and then there was a shark the other day. Let's see. Why UV and Rizom, sir, rather than Maya? Is it complex in Maya? No, it's not that it's complex in Maya. It's just it's much faster in Rizom, especially when it actually works. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna leave that to off stream because that's gonna take forever to duplicate across those. I wonder. Actually, you know what? I wonder if. Hold on. I wonder if that's why. No. Let me try that again. Just out of curiosity. Maya crashes a lot while UV unwrapping, at least for me. Yeah, it does. So does Rizom. It's a very CPU intensive process, so it's kind of common for that to happen. It's just something that we all deal with. Insect creature thing. I didn't see that. I don't even see it currently. Yeah, I don't know. It might be hiding it from me. Yeah, that's weird. I don't see it as a tag. Yeah, when you guys tag me, I don't really see them. So if you want me to like look at stuff, it's probably better to like send it to me. Let's see. We're gonna isolate these. Let's try this again. See if this works. There we go. That's better. It just got hung up. Yeah, there we go. Is Rizom okay for beginners? Yeah, absolutely. It's very similar to Maya. So I think that's something a lot of people get hung up on is like, it looks super daunting, but it's actually very similar to Maya. So it's not something I would really stress about like trying to learn because it's very, very similar. You just got to learn what the different tools are and they all kind of match the same thing because they're all based on the same unwrap algorithm. That doesn't really change across most applications. Alright, so we're going to select all this junk, lay it out. Lay it out, please. Okay, yep, it's trying to do something. That's not what I wanted at all. Lay out. Okay. Yeah, this one's going to be a pain. Alright, so this is going to... Alright. This is where the UDIMs are going to come in handy. So... we're going to take this junk. I'm actually just going to move this off to the side because we have to do the other set of treads. So let's do those real quick. I'm going to mark these as completed. Actually, no. I'm going to group them. Rename group. Outer tracks. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that's fine. So we're going to show everything else. I'm going to select this guy, select similar, go through that. I think he means you're alien? Wait, what do you mean? I don't think so. Maybe. Ever use simulations in Unreal or Houdini or anywhere? Yeah, I've used them in Maya and Unreal. I don't really generally do them. I'm going to be doing a bunch for this project, though. when the texturing starts for the tank. So texturing should start, I'm hoping Friday if I can get the rest of this thing done. That's the hope. I don't know if I'll get there, but I'm going to try. Okay. All right, let's look at this guy. So we got to cut this guy just the same. Try to do this similarly. It's always difficult. I'm going to try to just keep it simple. Nope. No, I remember that didn't work. So we got that one. Yeah, initially when I started Rizom, it was actually really confusing, and I was like terrified of it, but it gets much better once you start using it more. Did you use Mash to make those tracks? Yes, I actually have a video on YouTube on how I made them with Mash. All right. There are certain things that when I'm working on one of these projects, I'm like, I regret putting this much detail into it, but I know it's going to be worth it. So I'm like, just trying to deal with it. Okay, so we're going to cut that. Might as well grab this guy now, too. So we'll cut all that. Let's see, I tried using Mash for my treads, but it wasn't working. I ended up duplicating and hand placing components, which sucked. Troubleshooted my lectures and followed hundreds of tutorials. Nothing worked. Mash is really kind of funky, so there's a lot of stuff you have to do to get it to work properly. That's why I made a video on it, because it's one of those things that, like, if you don't do it properly, like if you don't have everything zeroed out, if you don't have all of your transforms zeroed, it will just not work, and it will cause nothing but problems. So that's one of those things that, like, you do have to just kind of, like, make sure you check all your bases before you start working with it. If only Maya's Mash worked like 3Ds Max Array, my life would be so easy. I'm surprised they don't incorporate, honestly. I'm really surprised they have two different applications at this point. I'm gonna be totally honest. I feel like they could just integrate everything from Max into Maya and call it good. Yeah, me too. Mash is kind of overwhelming sometimes. Mash is rough. Yeah, Mash is really rough. Try soft surface modeling, kind of request from me. So I am working on soft surface. I have a project outside of stream that I'm working on. I'm just not working on it on stream. That's a secret. I've only shown the concept art on stream. Let's see here. All right, cool. Minimize that. Cool, cool. All right. So I love doing this twice, but Rizom for some reason does not want to identify this as the same as the other one, so that's what we got to do. Nope. Alright, so we'll cut that. Hoping that this should be kind of the end of this. So we'll select that corner. This corner. Rai B, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. Is that what I want? Yeah, that's what I want. Cool, time for bed here. Have a good one. Tobia, thank you so much for hanging out. I don't know if it's Tobiah, but thank you so much for hanging out. It's good having you. Is there duplicate? Okay, let's see. Any alternatives of Mash to work on things like a track? There's duplicate special, turn transforming attributes to spline. I'm not sure if it works really well. I've never tried it with duplicate special, but yeah, I don't know how well that would work for that. Is soft surface basically more organic? Yeah, so a lot of people call it soft surface. A lot of people call it just organic. I tend to refer to them as organic. So you're talking like creatures, people, plants, things like that. Hard surface is going to be anything, you know, metal, plastic, wood, stuff like that. It really just depends on the material that you're working with for the most part. All right, so we're going to... Sure thing. How are you tonight? How did you find the channel today? Always curious. Did you come from Instagram or did you just find me on Twitch? Okay, awesome. Thanks. You're welcome. Come on. Unfold. Oh, it did. All right, so let's see what we have here. Ah, yes, garbage. We have garbage here. What got left attached? What the hell happened? Something ain't right there. That's right. What is this? And why are you... Oh. What? Okay. I see no reason why that should be that way. So what happened? Well, that's funky. Chat reopener, jeez. Let's see. Just found on Twitch. Nice. Well, I appreciate that. Lasse, hey, how are you doing? Why does no one else have hug commands? I am historically really bad about setting up Twitch stuff, so I will blame that fully on me. Art 3D modeling section. Is there a 3D modeling section in art, or are you just looking for the tag? Because like if there's a section that I'm not using and I'm missing it, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. That took me a second. That's why that failed. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, in no way should that not be working. All right. So let's just select that one more time. Unwrap, layout. Oh, geez. No. Control Z. Okay. Let's not do that again. Layout. Perfect. I'm okay working on some art myself, so I'll mostly be like, that's okay, that's cool. Used to be a section for it. Interesting. That's a bummer. They need to bring that back. Hi, sir. I am Danush. Welcome on in, Danush. How are you? What kind of 3D modeling do you do? Rai B. And if I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. I don't mind. Okay. So we got that link done. We're going to go ahead and save this because I don't trust this. And what are you working on tonight, Alase? It's numbers in the arrows and the UV. How do we read those? So technically the numbers don't really matter. They're really used for changing, like making sure the direction of your UVs is flowing properly. I don't personally generally care about that. I don't know how much you actually have to care about that, but I don't really care about it. I just like this UV tile because it gives me more of a readout on like how my UVs are actually working. So, nope, that's a correct pronunciation. Okay, sweet. I was a hard surface weapons for a number of years. Now I'm more of a management side thing. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. I like hard surface stuff. I haven't really done any weapons. Like the only one I did was the minigun. I should probably do another one at some point. Do you enjoy the management stuff, or do you kind of miss like the modeling side of things? Working on a project for our friend. Only have 3 parts left. Nice. That's cool. He's gonna love it. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna lay this out. It's gonna get all nasty here for a minute. Definitely miss the art side. Management is not fun most of the time. I could feel that. For the longest time in my career, I wanted to go into management, and then I was just like, hey, you know what? I kind of hate this whole career, so I totally get that. Show. All right, so now is the fun stuff. Now I got to get these into the UDIM tiles that I want them in. Yeah, I think I've decided throughout my life that management is not going to be my thing. I thought for a while it was going to be, but then I decided nah. All right, so we're going to select similar. I want all of these pads in the same UDIM tile, if possible. Good choice. Will you rig the tank? Yes, I'm going to rig this tank. I have plans for this tank. This tank is going to be my guinea pig this year. Whereas BD1 was my guinea pig last year, the tank is going to be the guinea pig this year, as long as my computer doesn't catch on fire. Create an animation tutorial. Eventually I will. I just haven't really had the time to do it. But just make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube so you do see it when it goes live. Alright, cool. So that's selected. I'm going to get these. I need to change my tiles here. Hold on a second. No, actually I really don't. So let's get all of these into one of these tiles. This is going to be really, really rough to work with. I'm going to deselect all that stuff, and then these big ones, for whatever reason. Oh no. My PC hates me. Alright. There's a big 3D event happening where I live every year, which is this month, hoping to create some good stuff for professional critique and networking. Hey, that's awesome. We used to have something here. They did it a couple of times, and I'm really sad that they don't do it anymore. But the only reason I think they did it because we used to have Sony ImageWorks out here. But it was called... oh, shoot, what was it called? I went to it one year in high school. Crap, what was it called? It was like Art 1 or something like that, but it was like one of our first kind of like conventions that they had here. And it was cool because we got to watch a bunch of like talks on, at the time there was a talk on like how they did stop motion for the end credit scene of the Series of Unfortunate Events movie, the one with Jim Carrey. There were talks on Spider-Man 3 and how Sony ImageWorks did like Venom. So it was really cool. It was called Motion. It was a really cool like festival thing, and I wish we had more of that here, but that industry kind of left, unfortunately. It'd be nice to see it come back, but I don't know if it's going to come back here. Let's see. Having planned to do soft surfaces on stream. Eventually I will. I'm still very much getting comfortable with it because it's just not something that I've dedicated a ton of time to. But yeah, eventually I'll do soft surface on stream. It's just not something that I'm super hyper confident in it yet, so I don't want to broadcast it yet. I try not to do like live streams where I'm going to get questions on how I'm doing things and I don't know how to answer them, so it's more so for like education purposes more than anything. That, and it kind of helps me avoid like people who want to like backseat art, because that's always a pain to deal with. Oh, hi. What the hell? Oh, no. What happened to these? Oh, crap. So there's a number of those that didn't get UV'd. Shoot. Why? Select similar. Let's see what happens there. Rigging is my nemesis, maybe because I don't know how to do it, but it never tried. Rigging's hard. Like, there's a reason people like dedicate all of their time to it. It's difficult. Like, it's not easy, and there's a lot of constraints and stuff. You have to learn how it all kind of works together and how not to break it. So I don't blame you for that. I personally am not the biggest fan of it either. Oh, these are the... Wait a minute. That's selecting... What? Why? That's frustrating. That's super frustrating. Because those aren't any different. I feel like this just flipped on me. Because there's the... That's weird, man. Okay, well... Update similar. Do you think selling models on marketplaces is worth doing, or is the market too competitive? It depends. If your stuff is like super high quality, like you might have more of a chance, but it does get really kind of buried. Gumroad is a really good place to sell stuff, but it's just how much do you want to put into marketing your stuff, and how much do you want to actually make that like part of your daily thing of doing. I don't market my Gumroad much just because I think I only have a couple of things on there. So that really comes down to like how much work you want to put into trying to get your models out there. A lot of people will do a ton of like advertisements for their stuff, but I'm just not super interested in that. Oh no. Come on. Stop. Stop. Stop it. I just want to isolate you. Please. Just the thought of rigging terrifies me. Reasons why I stick with 2D drawing. Rigging stuff. Yeah, rigging's awful. That's why I did the videos on BD1, because like the process of figuring that out and getting through that was a nightmare. So being able to kind of share that with people and like show them how to do it was it was good. Okay, so I need to isolate these because this is just acting really weird. There we go. That'll hopefully take care of that. Oh. What? The hell is that? That's not right at all. What is that? Unfold. What? What happened? Dude. Did I just like happen to select the wrong one? Maybe? No, like this one's correct. Let's try it with this one. That's bizarre. I don't know why that's suddenly corrupted like that. That's really weird. Seems like it's trying harder this time, so let's see what it does. Do you do any 3D stuff, Alas? Aside from like the 2D stuff? I don't know if I asked you that before or not. Alase. Alase. I'm saying it wrong. Gotta say right. Okay. Just lay out somewhere. I don't care. Okay. That works. Okay. So we're gonna go back to show. Again. And we're going to isolate, select all. See if that gives me everything. It hopefully will. Come on now. I know you guys can't see it, but right down here, kind of like underneath my camera, there's a little graph that I'm watching for that. Okay, cool. So it helps to isolate a lot of this junk. That way it doesn't bog down the computer too much. Okay. So basically, I am trying to select every single one of these little tread pads and get them on their own separate UDIM tiles. Which is much easier said than done, especially when it lays out like that. So really, what I'm going to do is select both of those and select similar and see if I can't just get them all in one tile. You're fine. I also go by Sarah, but no, I plan to mess with Blender a bit and learn maybe the clay sculpting we talked about before or anything. That's right. That's right. We did have that conversation, which I haven't done since high school. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, Blender's a good tool for that. Especially if you don't want to pay for ZBrush, because I totally understand that. Yeah, I have no monies for anything extra. I feel that. I definitely feel that. I spend way too much money on software per month. It would be great to get to a point where they're sponsoring me, but I don't think I'm there yet. All right, so all of this, I want to just pull up here. Nope, pull it up here. We're going to just cluster all of this together. And we're going to start trying to do some laying out of this junk. Let's scale this down. Just get this in here. Some people say there's an art to UVs. They're lying. They're just miserable. UVs are not fun. Nothing about them is cool. I don't think you could ever consider this an art form. Is it automatic UV unwrapping? No. So this is Rizom, so it's still like mostly manual UV unwrapping, but it has different algorithms that kind of help with laying out your UVs, setting up your tiles, laying out your UV line, your seams, and everything like that. So there's a bunch of stuff that it makes it a lot faster. What's up, Al? How you doing, man? All right, I think that's everything. Let me see, make sure I'm not missing any of them. I am not. So we're going to grab this. I'm going to ungroup this because I don't want that to be involved with that at all. And we're going to lay it out in this tile. That's good. That's great. Perfect. I hate the orientation though. So that's... Let's see. We're going to go to multi. Rotate. Helps a little bit. Well, that's satisfying, but it doesn't work. Okay, so let's see if I can just rotate some of these. I just want them straight-ish. Yeah, that's gonna be... I'll manually adjust that later. On Twitch, technically... Wait, what? Are you just following me? I think I follow you, Alase. Do I follow you? I'm pretty sure I do. Hold on. Yeah, I think I followed you. Pretty sure I did. Let's see. I want to cry watching all those UVs. I mean, it's a great job, but man, it's loot for me. I'm so impressed. This is actually really easy. So like, it looks crazy, but this is really simple because Rizom handles most of this for me. But yeah, I get it. It's miserable. All right, so I need this to... Oh, shit, that's not what I wanted at all. Yes, TikTok. Shut up. I hate their little app trying to notify you. Let's see. God Paris, hello, how are you? I don't think that's what she's saying. Wait, what? Atex, that's definitely not what I was talking about. Can you see my test render of my gun model and give me feedback related to texturing? Did you send it to me already? Pulls you out from hiding. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? Software is only used for UV. Yes, this is only for UV unwrapping. That's why I use it, because it's purpose-built and it does a really good job at it. Okay. So, we're going to go back to single. Just scale that junk down. The next thing I need is these little center inlet pieces because that's part of it. So I need to select those. Did that select? Yeah, it did. Okay. We're going to select all. We're going to drag those over in that same tile because I know these are going to be rubber. So I'm just going to automatically assign everything to one UDIM tile that's going to be rubber and then metal for these treads. I want you to know I've been watching you do this and my mind hurts watching this. Yeah, my brain hurts too. It really, really hurts. If there's one thing that just makes me want to give up on 3D, it's UVs. That's also why 90% of people who do UVs hate them. That's a fact. Occasionally there's someone who's, oh, it's like a big puzzle. I love it. And I'm like, you're insane. Where I send? Godpurse, you can either send it on Instagram if you follow me on Instagram, or if you're in the Discord, you can post it in the work in progress section. Just tag me. And let me know that you're asking for some sort of like review or something. I don't know, I'm going to go back to my drawing. That's so inspiring. What are you up to tonight, Chris? I'm going to just take all of this. Oh my God. What the hell? Okay. So this is where this gets really shitty. Is I just have to kind of like fit all of this in here without decimating everything. Which is really actually kind of difficult. Okay, that's that chunk. Jesus, what was that? What's up? Owl, thank you for the biddies. Oh, wait, those are not... Oh, they didn't get cut. No! Damn it. That sucks. Contemplating life. Are you okay? I'm doing good. And do you need to chat afterwards? Because I am more than down. What the hell is all this stuff? Why is all this selected? I don't... Did I select the wrong thing? What? Oh. I think I just saw your post. Hold on a second. Let me figure out what nightmare is happening right now. And I will take a look at it. Oh my God, dude. Some of these didn't get cut properly. Oh, man. That's not good. Wait a minute. It's all of these. No, it's not all of these. It's like every other one of these. Oh, that's a nightmare. That sucks. Oh, God. Well, that's fun. I mean, I always enjoy chatting with you, but I'm good and safe. Okay, good. Just making sure. What are your thoughts on the addition of new chickens and eggs to Minecraft? They added new chickens? What do you mean they added new chickens? I haven't played Minecraft in a hot minute, so I honestly don't know. What the fuck? Dude, I don't know what this is doing, but it's not behaving properly. So much of this stuff didn't get unwrapped. Well, trying to figure out how I go on from here because unfortunately that's kind of a big problem. I guess I can try to manually leave these. Oh man, that sucks so bad. Okay. Let's get the rest of these in here. I've actually never had this many issues with Rizom. I'm kind of surprised, honestly. But you can tell all these rings are stuff that did not get properly unwrapped, or it didn't get that mirror. So I'm going to try to get everything in one space and then figure out what happened. Very hard part, so scary. Yeah, it just got really annoying, unfortunately. Oh no, Honey Minecraft means the server's behind. It's always behind. No one's used it in months because it's been dead. They're going through a whole mini update that's adding new pig, cow, chicken variant. That's interesting. Huh, I didn't know they were doing that. I'm really just hoping you stay safe. I don't think... And I don't have to think about it. Oh, I see. Okay, well there's... Okay, so here's a positive. They're all the same. So I can technically cheat this. I can cut this and hope to God this works. Okay. Let's see. That didn't cut, did it? It didn't. Why? Okay. So we're going to, I'm going to save this because I've done quite a bit of work here. What's up, Zach Hyde? How are you doing? Yes, the age-old threat of safety. Who needs weapons when you can use safety? That's true. Very true. All right, I just saved this. I'm going to do this. Let me look at this weapon here. Let's see. Who was I doing this for again? All right, God Paris. Okay. Add some details out to the render. Oh, damn. Okay. Nice. I take it this is this a low poly asset? It looks like it might be a low poly asset, but that looks solid. Your texturing's really nice. Careful with your edge wear. Your edge wear is kind of on everything. And so if we look at like metal pieces and like guns and stuff like that, especially guns that get like combat use, a lot of the time that edge wear is not super specific, right? So like the gun bumped up against something or it was dragged through the dirt or something. That edge wear is never going to be uniform across everything. So that's something I would look at if you want to take a look at that. Yeah, so really the edge wear is the only thing that stands out to me. Otherwise, like your texturing's really nice. Like it looks very clean. The render's very clean. So that looks good. Yeah, it looks real good. How are you doing, Zach Hyde? Okay, so I think these are all good. They should all be cut now, which means I can unfold them. Oh, yes. Okay. All right, we're not totally screwed. Only a little bit screwed. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna select all this stuff again. Ungroup. We're going to save it one more time. Okay, this is my first model where I did the texturing. Nice. Did you do the texturing in Substance Painter? If you want me to pull it up on stream, I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Some people don't like you to do that, so I just want to get your permission to do so first. Okay. That's good. It's not bad. Yes, okay. Please do. Okay, so let's look at this. So this is the Discord. If you guys aren't familiar, we do have a Discord. Link is in my bio or descriptions of videos, things like that. Okay, so your shader is looking really nice. Like you've got that nice gunmetal shader. Keep in mind, generally the scopes are a little bit different color just because the metal's normally different. So variation is going to be important here. Try to vary your materials a little bit because like you'd want some like rubber in here or on these like lips here. You kind of did it here with this like laser sight box thing. So kind of try to continue that throughout the model. Generally when you look at like rifles, like let me pull up an example here. Sniper rifle. If I could spell sniper rifle right. So let's look at this thing. So in comparison, right, like you've got the coloring and everything, right, but you can see there's these subtle material variations where this is like rubber and plastic and maybe like a glossy metal. So pay attention to these material variations when you're modeling and you're texturing, because it's going to just kind of set that up even more to like just have that like higher quality feel to it. It looks like you kind of did with the handle. You just don't have a lot of variation to it, so try to add things like surface noise to kind of break this up. Otherwise, it looks like it's just pieces of everything. But this is an awesome start so far. The other thing, like I said, just look at your edge wear, because this is one of the biggest things that I see a lot. So you can see how your edge wear is super consistent all over the place. You want to kind of break this up, because in like nature, like in the real world, right? Like you don't generally get that perfect wear all the time. Like you have scuffs, you have bumps, you have bruises, like whatever. There are always weird, different little intricate scrapes. So what I like to do is I'll apply like a general edge wear map, and then I'll go back through and remove sections of it just to kind of break it up. That way you don't have that super clean, like everything's just worn look. But otherwise, I mean, you've got a really great start here. Like this is looking really good so far. Again, just kind of breaking up the materials a little bit. Your distance view looks a little bit better. And I can tell what you did. Like you've got some material variation here. This is just where I would take that color and just kind of pull it a little bit down to like a deeper black, just to kind of sell the fact that that is a separate material. But no, this is awesome. Like this is really good, man. Yeah, I agree, Ryruby. Always good to think of something when you be held your edge wear out from there, and then things. Wait, why can't I read today? Always good to think where something would be held at and work your edge wear. Yes, that's an awesome concept too. Like I don't know if you have an image of it. I'm sure you have it on the model somewhere, but generally like your safety switch. So we'll pretend like you have a safety switch here. If you ever look at like a gun, the safety switch being moved constantly left to right and stuff like that, it causes these sort of like half circle shapes, like these gouges in the metal. So you'd want to like add that detail in there. So that kind of stuff. So thinking of where the object would naturally wear on top of where you want to add that kind of like artistically directed wear, that's where you want to kind of play with it. Thank you so much for your feedback. Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I'd love to see more of this. So like, as you're working on it, if you have questions in the Discord or stuff like that, please feel free to ask, because I love stuff like this. So, but otherwise, like, killer job on the model. It looks really good, especially for that being your first time texturing. That's awesome. The safety switch, yeah. The parts on the other side. Okay, cool. I'm doing okay. Tired, but okay. Gotcha. Well, that's good. I'm sorry you're tired. I feel you on the tired train. I'm very tired today. I can agree with that one. I will straighten all those out later. I don't want to deal with it right now. I want to get all this into its own thing. So I know these chunks are metal, so we're gonna do that next. Lost track of what I was doing. So everything that's metal, I want to get it separated into its own UV tile. So select similar. Where did you learn Rizom UV? YouTube. Lots of YouTube and lots of hating myself. It took me a while to learn it, which is why I'm trying to do videos on it now to teach people how to do it. Their YouTube channel has a lot of really good information. The only thing I didn't like about their YouTube videos is that they show a very customized variant of Rizom. And it's kind of hard when you're working in the current version of it and you're looking at this custom one and you're like, well, how the hell do I get to that point? Because they don't really provide it to you. The other issue is that their videos are from like their 2022 version, and we're on 2025 now, so there are variations between software and where things are stored, so a little bit different. Can you make your own tutorial regarding Rizom? I do. I have a getting started tutorial in Rizom, which actually for some reason shows up on Google search results now, which is kind of cool. So happy about that. I don't know how I got that to work. It wasn't on purpose though. Okay. So same thing here, these metal parts. I'm going to end up having to split these across multiple tiles, I already know. But I can at least get them kind of locked out. Yeah, so far I have a beginner Rizom tutorial and a beginner substance painter tutorial. So both of those are on my channel if you guys are interested in those. I've been told they're helpful, so I hope they are helpful. But yeah, those are good resources for you guys. What are you and why are you? Oh, that's the group border. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to ungroup this. Ungroup. Layout. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go fill up my tea real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. And we're back. Okay. So what are we at? We're at 2 hours. I've still got about an hour-ish left, so we'll keep going. What do we have now? Okay, so same issue here. These are rubber. I didn't really think about that when I did this. Okay, it's time. That's not what I wanted. Grid size 2. So we'll increase 2 by 2. Alright, so these next ones are going to be these rubber chunks down here. So we're going to select all of these. Really hoping I don't run into too many more issues with stuff that didn't get unwrapped. Hoping I don't. Okay. Let's see. I think we had a couple people join the Discord today, so that's cool. Welcome in everybody who's new. Alright, so we have all those selected. I'm also going to include these guys in this one. So select similar. We'll get this all laid out. Oh, that's going to fail. Cancel. Oh, please cancel. Thank you. I will do those separately. Alright, so we're going to move these up here. This needs to come out because I don't know what you are. Okay. Oh, shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Crap. Let me topo select again. Anybody working on anything cool tonight? You guys working on any projects? I do think I'm going to get a portfolio review stream planned for possibly middle of the month. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you're in the Discord. That's going to be the easiest way to join. So we'll get that figured out probably in a week or so here. If I get enough, I can do a whole stream, so that'll be awesome. Now's your chance. What? What do you mean now's the chance? Alright, so we're going to scale all of this down. It's looking like there's a bunch of stuff that didn't get... Crap. Okay, well, wait a minute, hold on. No, these are all... Yeah, these are all the same. Okay. So I can just grab all these, plop them there. We're going to select everything in here. And we're going to ungroup it. Okay, it's ungrouped. Oops. And layout. Working on shading with mine currently, almost done with another part. Nice. I never understood 2D shading. I really need to get better at it. I can do spheres, but that's like all I could figure out how to do. Working on a stylized lamp, working on the render, been a fun project so far. Nice. I still need to do something stylized at some point, but I just haven't haven't had the drive to do it yet. Might try to get some ZBrush stuff done in time for that. Force myself to put some more hours in. I know, I really need to spend more time in it. I haven't been doing near enough. That's what happens though. I get sucked into one of these projects and then like everything else that I was trying to do, I just kind of throw it to the side. I'm really bad about that. Right, let's see if we can find some new music here. Epidemic sound. Grainy days. Oh, alright, some lo-fi. We like some lo-fi. I'm gonna give that a heart. Beautiful. Alright, so I think we have all of those selected now, so that's beautiful. So we're gonna just cluster everything in here again. Whoops, went too far with that. This is what's lovely about Rizom though, is I can just drag all of these weird random shells everywhere and then just call it good and then lay everything out and not have to worry about it at all. Okay. What are you? What does that belong to? Oh, that's that thing. Okay. That's metal. Don't care about that. I would like these not here though, so it doesn't matter. All right. Layout. Oh, let's see. I'm learning still for digital. I'm more of a traditional artist. I'm the best with pencil sketches and painting by hand. My tremor's gotten worse though, so using a drawing tablet with a stabilizer helps a lot. Now I'm learning more anime, chibi, cartoony other than realistic, which is easiest for me. That's cool. That's awesome. I'm glad that you have a way to kind of work around that. That's cool. Sculpting dumb robot things in this is my escape from high/low baking for Tank Project. Oh man. That's such a bummer. Absolutely. Art has always been my escape. Where there's a will, there's a way. No, absolutely. I've seen people do like so many cool creative things and they have like severe like disabilities, like they can't use their arms, so they paint with their mouth, and like everyone can find a way to be creative, and I think that's what I love about it. What is all this stuff? Oh, metal. Okay. These UDIMs are gonna... Oh, they're gonna kill me. I hate it so much. Okay. Is it saving? It's saving. Okay. God, there's just so many freaking shells. Like, yeah, I could technically stack this, but I'm not gonna do it. Not for the treads. It's miserable, though. Alright. I think I will stack the little bolt pieces, though. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay. Let's get these selected, because these are the kind of the next on the list. And select similar. Your screen looks like you're playing with City. I know. It's pretty awful. Like, I'm trying to stack everything that I can, but I just refuse to stack these ones. So far, we're already up to 6 UV tiles, which is terrifying considering I've only done like probably 50% of the treads. So that's fun. This is why, though, in college, I never finished my M1 Abrams because it would have been this wouldn't have worked in college. I need more tiles. I didn't even know about UDIMs in college. I don't even know if UDIMs were a thing. Let's find out. Let's do a little history lesson. Let's see. Well, that doesn't help me at all. Who created 3D UDIMs? UDIM, the tiling format of Mari, was invented by Weta Digital. But when? This obscure little Maxon. This is, I love this. Interesting. Well. Doesn't tell me when they started. Oh, 2002. Okay, so they've been around for a while. All right. I just didn't know about them. Select all cube project. Haha, yeah, I'm going through a similar situation at the moment, considering abandoning the kit bash side of the project and just bringing it all together in UDIMs because of the performance. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I like UDIMs. I think they're really cool. I love how functional they are. But I hate the load that they put on my machine. Because, like, if you don't have a good machine, they don't run very well. And, like, I have an okay machine. Oops. But, like, it chugs. This is, like, bar music. This is weird. This is all... Oh, cafe music. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing. Monarch? Sure. But UDIMs are a solid way to go. You just gotta make sure you're efficient with them because they will wreck your life if you're not. That's crazy. They've been around since 2002. I had no idea. But then again, when I was in college, we didn't even have Substance Painter, so we didn't have Mari because our school didn't teach us Mari. Like, we didn't have any of that. I knew Mari existed, but had never played with it. I would like to potentially play with it at some point, but it's another one of those softwares that costs an exorbitant amount of money. All right, and we're just gonna dump that there. And these two. Okay, so these are just more metal pieces. Gonna go ahead and lay them out. The whole painting on a layer above the model, then projecting it, etc. in Mario still weirds me out. Well, yeah, and it's all the like node-based stuff too that they do. It's definitely kind of funky. I'm wondering if I can smash this in with these things. I already feel like I don't have enough texture resolution on those, though, so... Also, the packing on this is terrible. But what am I packing at right now? Oh, 16. Yeah, I can reduce that later. Okay. Just do the initial pack and not stress out about it. What are these? I swear to God, if that's more of the same thing... What are you? Where do you belong? What are you doing? That is the same thing. Why did those not get selected? Well, that's fun. I must have selected two similar ones and then not everything else that should have been selected. Oh, no, it got most of them. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm just going to plop these in here and hope this does what it needs to. Okay. And layout. Oh, that's why it did that. It put them in another tile. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's change the packing on this. Let's drop it to like 8. See how that works. Why is it doing that? Okay. Let's look at my packing settings. So padding doesn't, that's fine. 90, open, closed, initial, packing accuracy, outline box, margins 8, mix scales, style mix scales. Keep initial scale, fit to adapt available space. Ooh, this is cool, whatever it is. It's the wrong freaking browser every single time. Okay, so first off, are these grouped? Is that why? That's why. That might be why. Yep. Totally why. Okay. Good to know. So that takes care of that. These... How important is it? I'm stacking them. We're going to stack them. That's too much real estate to waste on such a simple object that I'm not gonna waste the real estate. This is my favorite because like eventually they all just like collapse into one piece. Really playing to the eventually part. There we kind of go. Oh, right. They're split between... God damn it. It's okay. Do the same thing. Stack. This is the one unfortunate thing is like with models this complex, you do spend a lot of time just sitting here twiddling your thumbs, unfortunately. But this is what I pay for saving so much time. So this is the fee. I guess I should probably move my camera so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Watch here. You can see the little, oops. You can see the little graph thing underneath me. See, there you go. Isn't it pretty? Well, that's what I'm watching basically. That's what I wait for. All right, there we go. So we have 2 stacks. I'm going to actually ungroup both of them. And then I'm going to rotate this one. Not that. Oh, back. And then I'm just going to place this on top of this one. Since they're 2 separate ones that are kind of acting as similar. I honestly don't really care all that much. Okay, that should be good enough. And then I'm going to drag this down here. And just plop it over here somewhere. Let's see. Yeah. Good idea, STI. Save. Okay. I think that just leaves the bolts now, which the bolts will also be very similar. Oh my good lord. Okay. Sweet. All right, let's just... Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to select this guy. We're going to just select similar and work our way through this. The bolts I'm going to put on my other UV tile and just leave them as a stacked object because they're just going to be steel colored with a little bit of dirt on them. I'm not going to put that much attention to detail on every single bolt. It wouldn't make any sense to do that. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to put this up here. I like to move them into individual tiles so I can see what it is I'm working with. This is where this garbage gets really just kind of tedious and annoying. Oop. Nope. Okay, so that's that. That takes care of that. My plan is definitely to UV the one link before I apply the array, but damn, that's a lot of bits. Yes. And this is, again, where I'm, like, picking and choosing what's going to actually be, like, stacked and not stacked, because if I didn't do stacking on this project, the UDIM tiles would be stupid. They would look stupid. It would actually be hilariously dumb how bad it looked. So, let's see. Like, there would be so many tiles just for the treads alone. I am going to have to split the metal part, though. That sucks. But to get the textile density that I want out of them, I'm not going to be able to do it unless I split it. All right. More stuff. Just kind of plop this up here. I think that's all of those. It looks like it is. Yeah. All right, so same thing here. Select similar. Actually, no, don't select similar. I learned this. So this is an interesting thing, right? If you're using Rizom and you're doing stacking, if you select similar and you select a whole bunch of things and then you do stack, it takes forever. But if you select one, it knows what to do. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing that it does. But I'm just going to stack and group that. Kind of a funky thing, but I figured that out pretty early on, thankfully. This is my first time using stacking, because I'm usually generally against it, but there's only so much you can do with a tank tread. That was a good song, too. Some good stuff tonight. Not bad, not bad. All right. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube too, please make sure you like the stream. It helps tremendously. Okay. Just letting it think. Yeah, so my current plan will be to see if I can get these UVs done by this week, by Friday. That way I don't have to do another UV mapping stream or UV unwrapping stream, just because, like, I know these are generally kind of boring. But, you know, some people enjoy them, so. But I'm pretty close to actually achieving the goal that I set out at the beginning of the stream, which was to finish the treads, so at least there's that. Finding it rather calming while I do my thing. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Some people find it like working with a puzzle. I don't know how those people find it that way. Because, like, I actually enjoy puzzles, but this is like a nightmare compared to a puzzle. These are some pretty good suggestions today. Okay, so those are done. So that takes care of those 2 stacks. Beautiful. So I'm going to ungroup these now. And then I'm going to stack them. Manually, of course, because for some reason it wants to divide everything. This kind of reminds me of like a Game of Thrones soundtrack almost. Okay. All right, cool. So that one's stacked. Can call that good. So we're just going to keep kind of assembling these little pieces. I still don't understand how some of this didn't get cut and some of it did, but I guess we'll just work with it as we go. Select similar. I think it's these pieces, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Did we select something? We did. Okay. All right. Good little chunk of stuff. And there goes my music. Let's just go to my saved stuff since we've only got like 30 minutes left anyway. Okay. So these, I want to see what these are. So let me find... Okay, so these are these interior pieces. So these are what they're supposed to be. That's weird. Is that just a cut that was made by accident? I don't know what that is. That's weird. All right, that's fine. Just stack them. Stack them. It's crazy to think I haven't even started like the tank's body yet. There's still so much to do on this. I'm going to be working late tonight and tomorrow night. All right, there's my next stack. And we're saving. Oops. So we're going to do ungroup, scale, kind of put you over here. We'll figure out the texel density on this guy in a little bit here. All right, next part. This little ring thing, let's do that. You know what I'm surprised about is Instagram didn't go down once, so that's kind of cool. That must be fixed again. Okay, so that's that. Good lord. All right. So here's all the ones that look like they failed. So that's neat. Same thing here. I need to ungroup these. Okay. So let's go ahead and stack these. Stack. Okay. Ouch. While we're waiting for this, let me see if I can line somebody up to raid. Oh, we have a lot of options tonight. That's awesome. Good. Good, good. All right. Got plenty of options tonight. Awesome. Okay. Beautiful. Nope. Alright, so move this down here. I'm just going to try to manually kind of do my thing here. These, no, these are fine. Select similar. Alright. Oh, let's see. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit here. Cool. Alrighty, move these up here. Same workflow. It's honestly like, it's just the repetitiveness that I can't stand with UVs. It is so just laborious and repetitive. Stack similar. So we'll let these go ahead and stack, and then we're almost done with the tread, which is good because it's been causing me pains. Okay. And those of you guys on TikTok, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for the likes and the, I guess, the gift. I don't know how that works, but thank you. Appreciate that. All right, so that's stacked somewhere. Where the hell did that go? Oh, okay. So let's just plop this over here. We're gonna go ahead and ungroup that. Try to keep this somewhat like organized. Let's save. Okay. Beautiful. So these are what? Why are these down here? Oh no. Damn it. These are supposed to, oh wait. That looks like that actually fits. Okay, hold on. Ungroup. I didn't realize these were just sitting down here. At least it kind of looks like it fits. Kind of doesn't. Kind of does. Okay. Oh, that's rough. Wonder if I just grab all this. All right, I'm gonna try it. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, or if it's gonna just screw everything up, but might as well. Please don't put it somewhere else. I'm wondering if it's because it was grouped. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Beautiful. So the rest of this is this junk. Select similar. Get this moved over. I definitely was hoping I was going to get further than this, but I guess I'm glad I'm getting this part out of the way. These are ungrouped now, so I can just do this. Stack. No, use stack. Oh, good, my 3D print finished. I think you know what I should also do? I should also probably start doing some quick tips on Rizom on top of Maya and Substance Painter. I think those would be good. Might start doing those for you guys on Instagram and TikTok. I'll have to build out a template for those. Let's see. Okay. All right, so that's stacked. Nope. Don't know what the size of any of this is right now. I'm just trying to get it organized. So I think these are the last of them. Let's find out. And I think these are the ones that didn't unwrap properly. So that's what we're going to have to look at resolving now. Oh, okay. So these... All right, I'm going to put these here. I want to lay them out and take a look at these because I'm pretty sure I know what these are. All right, so if I look at this, yeah. So that's an inner portion there that didn't get unwrapped properly. So basically all of these didn't get unwrapped properly. So that's awesome. That's good stuff. This isn't every single one of them though, is it? Oh shit, maybe it is. Did I really only unwrap one? Oh crap. No, it's not all of them. I don't think. No, these are all different. Okay, so let's worry about these right now. We'll come back to those. All right, so this should be the last cluster. Yeah, it is. Okay, well that's positive news at least. So let me get that kind of situated here. Let's go ahead and stack those. And then we can figure out what happened with these other ones. we're still stacking. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and scale that up. Nope. I don't know why it doesn't select the whole stack. That's way too big. I think I can actually fit that right in there. Just to make a good use of space. Okay, so last thing is, let's look at these guys. I know exactly what happened to them. They just need to be cut. Somehow, for some reason, it didn't do what it was supposed to. So let's select both of these, or at least that. Update similar. Let me save real quick, hold on. Before I make any, like, model changing decisions here. Okay. That should hopefully only affect the ones that I have in here. I really hope. What's the verdict? Hey, there we go. All right, cool. That could have been much worse, but I'm glad it worked. All right, sweet. So now, oh, it's still doing its thing. Okay. I hope it's not cutting anything else it's not supposed to be. Because that would be not awesome. Okay. Please tell me that didn't do anything else. Okay, it didn't. Good. Sweet. All right, so let's select these. We're going to select similar. We're going to have to re-unfold those bottom ones, so do that in a second here. Okay. Move these up here. Just scale it down. Select one and stack. Those are guys who joined the Discord tonight. Welcome on in. I see like a bunch of names popping up over here in the corner, so that's cool. I know the stream kind of ended up being more of a like sit and watch paint dry stream, but I'm glad that some people are enjoying it, so that's good. But if you ever wanted to like really see what it's like to be a 3D artist, this is a very good example of it. A lot of it is just sitting here waiting for shit to happen. Okay. So drag this here. Rotate this so it matches. I think it's that way. No? No, no. I know that's kind of like partially not right, but it's also, I know that's the piece, so I'm just gonna drop that there anyway, because I don't care. All right, these guys. So select similar, we're gonna unwrap these one time and then get them merged up and moved up. Or unfolded, really. I don't know why I did select similar. I could have just dragged and selected everything, but whatever. All right, unfold. Beautiful. Nice straight sticks that don't match anything else. Okay. So same thing, we're gonna just stack it. Perfect. All right. Is it okay to overlap same pieces? Will it get any problems? Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. So the reason that I'm doing that is because these are pieces that I don't want to have a lot of detail on them. I don't really care to have a lot of detail on them. They're just going to be shiny little metal pieces. So it's totally cool to overlap things. You just have to understand that by overlapping them, you are essentially taking it and putting the same texture on every single piece that's on. So you just have to be careful with what you're assigning that. Tread bolts. So for these tread bolts, I know on every single one of these treads, these are going to look like that. They're going to have a little bit of dirt and dust and like edge wear. But otherwise, like, they don't need to be massive. They don't need to have their own UDIM tile. So I will just move them over here in kind of like my relative area. So if I unhide everything, oops, no, sorry, show everything. I'm going to put these right here with these. So I know that these are my tread bolts, my track pins, my track links, and my bolts. So, God, that looks awful. Oh, man. So that's my UDIMs so far for the treads. It's a lot. That's a lot. That is a miserable amount, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up having to split this over to here, so that's kind of crappy, but it's all right. So yeah, I'm going to save this, and then I think I'm done for today because my feet are starting to actually really hurt. So let me get this saved real quick. All right, cool. TikTok, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream on TikTok now, so I'll see you guys on Friday. End the live. End the live. Thank you. Okay. Instagram, same for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the chatting and the new people who joined the Discord tonight. So thank you guys so much. I will see you on Friday. Give a little delay for a second for Instagram to catch up. Let's see. Let me see who I've got to raid. All right, Instagram, YouTube, same for you guys. Again, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. It's been an awesome stream. We make ZBrush tutorials eventually way down the line, yes. But currently I'm not looking at doing tutorials because I am learning it myself. But yeah, eventually I'll do some ZBrush tutorials when I'm better at it. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out on YouTube tonight. I really do appreciate you all being here. You guys help get me to the partner goal and beyond, so that's phenomenal. I think by the end of this week we should finally hit ad revenue, which is going to be a huge help to kind of help offset the amount of time that I spend on these videos and streams. So I appreciate you all. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you on Friday. All right, Twitch, that's fine.